Hey, it's just me, MTB, back on the trail finally. It's been a while. It's been like 106, and our mountain bike trail, part of it caught fire here in Cedar Park, and we just helped out cleaning the place up a bit, and I've been basically doing Brushy Creek for mileage, so I haven't really had anything really to show that was cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and ride the new trail through the fire damage, show you what it was all like. I know it happened a couple of weeks ago, but this is really the first time I've been out to do it. So I'll see you in a bit. So the entrance fared well. Peddler's Bike Shop and pub right over here managed to be saved, but the apartments behind us, one of them was not, unfortunately. But it hasn't rained in nearly 50 days, and the trail is so dusty and slippy just because there's no grip or tack. So the entrance to Creekside's okay, but it got burned later on. Alright, here's the beginning and modifications. And it's really loose too. There's like about a good 3 inches of silt and ash. There's that nice Creekside right there that got all burned out. That was a good ride too, but it'll grow back. And this is the apartments back here. This wood frame, the firewood siding on the trail, will be get rid of soon. Just you couldn't really see the trail with all the ash, so it was the only way to define the pre-existing trail system. This was a nice trail before, but the bulldozers came in to create access and fire breaks. And it's really made the trail confusing. And they pushed all this dead wood, for lack of a better term, into bigger piles that need to be dealt with at some point. But we're on the way to Deadwood right now. There's the apartment. About 20 families were burned out. It's horrible. But if you remember from past videos, this was a very wooded, rolling terrain. Now it's just rolling. But all that, it's a shame. I was on the way to come to the trail too that day. I saw the smoke in the rise. I'm like, nah. And the closer I got, I was like, holy cow. That's the front part there. And all these apartments and businesses were threatened. But it was pretty hectic for sure. But 106 degrees for 50 days with no rain, definitely taking a toll. And it was so windy too that day. I mean, it was inevitable. And really haven't heard any word about what caused it. Oh, the most important thing is the mattress survived. That thing, so lucky. I mean, it was in feet of the fire, and it's still here. That's the one thing one would want to get out of the way. But this is the way it looked beforehand. Nicely shaded, curvy, in a nice silty lowland that retained moisture, so it was always really tacky. But it's super dry and silty and ashy. It could have been much worse, considering all the businesses and the bike shop and Red Horn pub. The fire originated up there on top of that hill. I looked at it the other day. I didn't really see anything as a cause. It was all bulldozed. I expected to see, in my theory, a historic trash dump, because they have all these broken bottles and those big bottom fragments are like little magnifying glasses on the dry landscape. But I went up there and I didn't see any historic garbage, so who knows. But yeah, some things you don't realize. I never realized this fence was here and the trail went so close to it. I kind of do remember it, I just don't remember it being this vivid. But it'd be nice to get rid of it. I kind of do remember it. Look, there's no water in the creek at all. But there are plans. There's going to be some rebuilding on the mountain bike side. I know people got to repair their lives from the apartments and other people that lost stuff. For this community, we had like 50 volunteers the day of the cleanup, and moving all the dead wood off the trail and realigning and cleaning up went by really fast with all those people. We had chainsaws and rakes and brooms. Many hands make light work. But the wind was coming to my right, from my right. So it was bound to go this way towards the apartments over there. Just kind of weird. But I don't even remember any of this stuff. I mean, I guess we're on the road to Boat Trail. But this is where it gets funky. These are all bulldozed trails. That goes to the church. But it's gonna be tough to... And when it greens up, it'll be nice. I know those trees look dead, but they'll be back. There's talk of bringing seed, like wildflower seeds, to cover the area, which would be really nice. And the grass will grow, and the sprouts will sprout. And this moonscape will disappear. This part of the video, past videos I like, this is that nice fast straightaway along the barbed wire once you leave the intersection. But now we have to, it's a break in the barbed wire, so it might be nice to work something that way. And some of it jumped over, other places it didn't. Just all these little trees and the animals. And I think it kind of stops. Didn't make it this way. Over here on the way to hang to the left in the big cliffiness. Yeah, this part looks good. At least most of the trail was spared. The entire area was destroyed. That would have been horrible. But winter damage, summer damage, winter damage, summer damage. I guess that's the way of nature. I mean, people always blame forest management and not picking up deadwood. But I mean, before we were here, it probably looked a lot worse. And we're prone to fires. I guess that's why a lot of plants tend to do better and bloom after a fire. I think they're geared towards filling the gap as quickly as possible. I never make that one for some reason, though I try. You remember how fast this was? You'd be able to fly by with all the tightness of the trees. Now it's pretty wide open. You can see little hot spots that jumped. Further along it looks alright. At least it was stopped here. But the boys and girls have gotten together, clean up and rebuilding. They reestablished this little bridge, a little skinny. I'm just not confident to go on it yet. That's a pretty tight little fall and get jammed up. I just never did it. But yeah, look at all that wood we cut. I guess you gotta watch out for tree fall. I bet that's everywhere. Anyways, that pretty much is the tour. But hopefully everybody could rebuild their homes and their trails, and hope it never happens again. And we're done. This bridge survived. Kind of cool. But thank God, I don't really think anybody got hurt. But thank God everyone made it out all right. I mean, even the people that were on the trail when it caught. There's so many Twitter stuff of people on their bikes in the middle of the flames trying to find a way out and taking selfies along the way. But I couldn't imagine doing that. Anyways, that is the trail. Hopefully someday down the road I'll do another video of the restoration in full bloom, which would be really cool.